What do you want more?
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
There
To me.
we go. Hey. All right. So as I hit the record button, you guys, it's good to having you guys. This will be for knac.com. Probably audio, maybe video. I don't know. Oh, there you go. I've never had anybody walk out this early into the whole thing.
There's and I get up so early. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
I guess I guess the first thing I was gonna first question is, what do you think Zach Wilde's doing right about now?
What he's doing right now?
Yeah,
having coffee like us.
That's what I would. Hey, same here. Look at that. But so I guess you guys have this tour, which I think it's a fantastic lineup. But before we get into that, maybe talk a little bit, little NFL, because Charlie, you made an appearance with the Blue Thunder up at the Seahawks game this past weekend. How did that happen? And that's like the second time they've had an Anthrax member featured in a game.
Oh yeah, Joey did the national anthem. So the guy who runs the whole show up there is good friends with my friend here. Mm-hmm. They're sports guys. He works for the Seahawks, and my friend Brandon is a Chicago Bulls guy. Mm-hmm. They've been friends forever. And the drum line, Keith Rausu, who runs the whole thing, he is a drummer. So he has his list of drummers that he really wants to incorporate in the drum line. So I did it. Chad Smith did it. Matt Cameron did it. Johnny Tempesta did it. And I had a ball. It was awesome. Right. I had to deal with the elements of it was freezing and it was raining. I was soaked, but yeah, it looked like an MTV video. You know,
right. It was pretty cool to see
cymbals,
that. Yeah.
But it was cool, and they won.
And they did win. And Gary, are you an NFL fan? I think you're a 49ers fan, right?
Fuck yeah.
So, and here's what's going to happen. So I think Charlie appeared, gave him a little bit of good luck. They go and win, get into the playoffs, and now they play your 49ers this weekend. So what's that going to look like?
They're gonna get their ass stomped. It's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be ugly.
It was super cool. I watched Johnny Tempesta, I watched Charlie do it, and it was totally rad and totally awesome.
Nice.
And way to go. And now let's fucking slaughter those Seahawks.
Now, Charlie, do you have a pony in this race as far as NFL team? Because I know you're a basketball guy, I think. No,
I don't. I like a good game. So if the 49ers and the Seahawks played together, I want it to be a good game. So, and you know, for Gary's sake, I hope his 49ers win. But for everyone I just met up in Seattle, I kind of hope the Seahawks win.
There you go. So you're kind of torn. You just want to see a good game. And it's interesting because the tour starts off. I think you guys kick things off in Boise, right? You play Boise, and then then you're in Seattle, I think. So you're going to be back in Seattle. So tell me, you guys, how long this thing has been in the planning stages, because this is equally as great of a tour as you guys have done when you've paired up with a lot of other contemporaries and stuff.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, you know, like, we heard whispers, you know, but then, you know, we got the call to do it, and, you know, and I've toured with Charlie and Anthrax more than any band on the earth between the two bands I've been in, you know, like way more than anybody else, you know. So I'm totally looking forward to it. You know, they're like some of my oldest friends, and I get to watch Zach just shred like a maniac fucking every night too. Win-win. It's awesome. Yeah. I'm super excited. Just working on a set list this morning, actually.
I know we're still trying to do that.
Oh wow.
But the thing is, we did this run in August and September, and Hatebreed were on with us. And then as that tour was going on, everybody was really happy. It was a really good community. All the bands, everybody was just hanging with each other. And at that time we were like, we should do this again. But Hatebreed couldn't do it. But Exodus were out doing the Bay Area Strikes Back tour.
That was a great one too. Yeah.
And then when it came up that Hatebreed weren't available, Exodus was the name. So we were like, awesome. And I mean, I've said this numerous times. Everybody knows this, that Bonded by Blood is like in my top 10 records of one of the greatest records of all time.
Right.
Well, thank you, Charlie.
Oh, look at that.
We'll play a couple of them.
And I think the cool thing here is, which, this will be a great tour for all fans, because you really did mix it up, kind of like you were saying, Charlie. Last go around you had Hatebreed, which brought in a little bit of the a hardcore element to this. This time you get another thrash band, but another brutal thrash band. As far as this goes, I mean, how difficult is this as far as coming up with set lists for you guys, because all three of these bands are headliners in their own right?
For me, it's hard. It's 40 minutes, especially since, some of our songs in the recent last couple of decades tend to run like, we could put a 4-song set together and probably fill that time thing. But, Bonded by Blood stuff's shorter. We'll probably play a few of those, to get, a good quantity of songs, rather than Joe out in the play like our version of like side 1 of a Rush album.
Right.
Right. It's hard. I like playing the new stuff. I like playing the old stuff. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna have to like pick some battles, because some songs have to be in the set always, so
right.
You have like literally a few little open slots, to like move some parts around,
Right. What about you, Charlie? As far as set list and coming up with a set list, I know you said you guys are still kind of digging into that.
Yeah, because the thing is, you got to play those favorite songs that everybody comes to see, and even though you're burnt out on them, man, it's city to city. Just because you did the same thing the night before, those people the next night didn't see it. So they're excited to hear songs like Caught in a Mosh or even Antisocial. As far as we go, we've been playing that song to death, but people like hearing it. And it's funny because we'll do like a thing where we'll ask the fans, what songs do you want to hear? And guess what comes in? It's the same fucking songs. So what do you do? But we will mix it up here and there. Like a week, we'll go a week and we have 2 slots, and those 2 slots will change. We'll put this song in place of that one, see how that works. And I don't know, man, it's just about, you have to be happy playing too,
Right. Totally.
Because if you're just up there going, oh God, this song, it's not good. And Gary knows exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah, it's all about the crowd reaction. How many times did I got to play Toxic Waltz? We actually went several years back, quite a few years ago. We didn't play it for several years, because I was less like, they had my own musical temper tantrum, like, I'm not playing that song. I'm a serious artist, and then we brought it back, and they kill each other. It's awesome. It's just, it's just all out mosh pit mayhem, and that's what makes it enjoyable to me, is watching that. I'm playing the same thing. I get bored with my solo and I'll wing it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it's a total failure, but the crowd is always a success, so I enjoy playing it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit around at home and jam on it.
You're right. Is that
my grandkids to start killing each other?
Right. For both of you, I mean, if it's a particular song, like I know Charlie and now here Gary, you both have said there's a song that, songs maybe even that you get burned out on. Is it once the crowd's reaction, you witness that, then it just kind of makes that go away and you guys get geeked about it all over again, or what?
But yeah, because it makes you enjoy the song. Even though you're not being fulfilled with the song, the reaction that the crowd gives you, it's like, all right, I'm good, so yeah, it's all about them anyway. It's not about us.
Yeah. Who cares about me? I just, I want the kids, I want the punters happy, and it makes me happy when they're really going nuts, and it makes the song 1000% enjoyable when I see that, like, yeah, I might not sit around and like, I'm going to play that riff because I love it. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I love the riff, but do I ever want to play it outside of a live setting ever again? No. but live, it's rad. It's awesome. I'm glad we brought it back, and it'll be there till the day I die, I'm sure.
Yeah. When you guys go out on a tour like this, I mean, obviously the whole point of going out there and performing is to crush. Is there any kind of friendly competition when you guys get amongst friends like this, or does that just go out the window?
No, there's total competition.
Yeah.
Well, who's the winner of this competition? The audience, because we're out there, man. I'm gonna fucking, if we're opening, we're gonna give these guys a run for money and make them work for their dinner, and if we're headlining, I expect anybody under us to do the same, and the crowd wins because they get bands that aren't faking it. They're going for it, you have to, what else are you gonna do?
Right.
Well, that's the reason why the package is the package, because you want to do the best possible show for those people who are coming to see you. And attendance wise, that's why these shows are doing so good. The one we did in August and September, a lot of those shows were sold out. And there's a reason for that. It's because of the bill. If you give people what they want, they will come. And that's the bottom line, man.
That's some Field of Dreams shit right there, Charlie.
That's right, man.
Right.
You build it, they will come.
You build it and they'll come.
Totally.
And I know
they will come.
And I know a lot of people are, these days are pretty selective about gigs. So this might be one of the handful of shows that they make it out to, and it's a good, excellent package, So
That's
yeah.
Man, people love metal.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's rock isn't dead, and neither's metal. That's for sure. One of the things both of you guys. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's branched off into different forms,
right?
But the true heavy metal fans, they're still there. I don't care if they're 65. I don't care if they're 16. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the greatest thing about this, because you get parents, dads bringing their kids, you get the older brothers bringing their little brothers and stuff like that.
Right.
And
totally.
It's a great scene. I mean, that whole metal community is still very strong. It's never died. It's only what the media wants to tell you that, because that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, talk about multi-generations. Some guy brought his little kid, and I have this in my office. And,
oh, nice.
It says, "Thank you, Gary Holt. You make me happy."
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
It's awesome. Sharing the love of heavy metal,
Right. And both of you, one of the things, with you guys, you've been, you've branched off and done other stuff. I know, Gary, obviously Slayer, right? You're part of Slayer there, and then the retirement, but still main band is Exodus, and with Charlie, you've done other stuff. Classic 78's one of the recent things. When you guys do these other bands and then come back to your main band, what does that bring as far as either creativity or energy to your main act?
For me, Exodus is like my DNA. Slayer became part of my DNA strand, but I mean, Exodus is my firstborn, my first love, and it's never coming back. It's like always been there, and writing for Exodus is just second nature to me. It's easy. I love it.
Nice.
Exactly how I feel too. We did the show in Mexico City in December, and I played on Friday with Pantera, and then Sunday I played with Anthrax.
Right.
And it was so weird to me because the Anthrax, I thought it was going to be like, oh man, do I remember all these songs? And then I got up there and it was like nothing. I zoned out and I just played, and it was great. So like Gary said, it's in the DNA. Anthrax is in my DNA. I could write Anthrax songs till the cows come home. It's just, it'll never end. Never, unless we want it to. But you know, it's a great
I
thing.
got no other job skills. What else
I
am I
can't,
gonna do?
at this point, I can't do anything else.
So I was going to say, kind of like what Charlie just said, it's too late to quit, huh? This is it.
What's
This
that?
is
I'm
what
sorry?
it said. It's too late to quit. This is what you guys do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm 58 years old and I'm stuck in my ways, and my ways are thrashed. There you go.
Nice. Is there a particular new band that does thrash music that excites you guys? Is there anybody out there that you guys are going, wow, you know, they really capture that energy of the early thrash scene?
There's a ton, but I don't call them new anymore. They're old fucks too, like, you know, Municipal Waste, you know.
Okay.
Super close friends of mine, you know, you can't call them young anymore, you know. Warbringer, you know, they've been around forever.
Right.
They've officially hit old geezer status almost, you know. Maybe not as old as me, but
Right.
old enough, you know. And there's a lot of kids out there playing it, and they're ripping and killing it, you know. It's awesome. They have all this energy, and you know, they play this kind of music and it looks like they're not even sweating. Like, it's work for me.
Yeah. What about you, Charlie? Anybody that stands out as far as anybody that is out there that's on playing thrash music that you go, wow, you know, they kind of knock my socks off?
There's a band from Poland. They had a record out a couple of years ago. Band Decapitated. I thought that last record they did was really good.
No, Vaughn, sickest guitar player in the world.
Really good, really good. I do like the Turnstile Kids. I think they're doing something that we all know. We've seen it before, but they do it in a way that, I don't know, man. It's just reacting,
Right?
and I like them guys. I think they're a really good band.
Yeah. If you guys were to select one deep cut from your back catalog, Exodus or Anthrax, you know, your respective bands to include in the set list, what would that be? That's not to say it's going to make it, but if you were to select one deep cut from your back catalogs, what song would you want to include, you think?
Oh, God.
That's a lot of music.
You know, there's some songs that are my favorites and have never been played live just because you know, like, you know, Architect of Pain off Force of Habit, you know, it's like 12 and a half minutes long or some shit, you know, like I always envisioned it with like this grand production of just mass depravity and moral collapse, you know? Like, and you know, I don't know, you know, stuff like on Open Season on Fabulous Disasters never been played live ever, and I love the song. It was finished in the studio, you know. I don't think the rest of the band even knew how to play it, you know.
Wow, you guys never played any of those songs live? Wow.
No, never.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever done a tour and just done the whole Bonded by Blood record. Did that happen?
Never
yet?
a tour. We've done like one festival in Europe. We played Hellfest once, and we did the whole album. And we've done tours of South America where we just didn't realize it, and we played the whole album. You know, back to back. You know, it was an evening with, and we were playing like, you know, 2 hours. You know, just a little younger, and 2-hour set was more in the realm of being doable. And we look back on it, yeah, wow, we played everything. We put them all in there. You know, South America, you know, they go fucking ape shit. Plus, there was no opening act. So we played that long, but we've never done a tour. You know, we've talked about it, you know. We did some shows in this last European festival run in some little like punk clubs, just Exodus only, because Heathen was supporting and their vehicle broke down, and we were like, wow, this was really cool, you know. Place was packed, small venue, like we should come back and do it, do like a one set and a little intermission and do Bonded by Blood. But we can't do like, you know, this kind of music and do 3 hours, you know, like, you know, Machine Head does it, but they put a whole acoustic section in there, you know, to break it up. You know, an Exodus show, much like a Slayer show or an Anthrax show, you know, how long do you expect people to kill each other on the pit? You know, there's a limit.
Right.
And, you know, people can only go so long, you know.
Yeah. Very true.
What about you, Charlie, as far as deep cut that you wish you could include in the set list, if possible?
There's a song from our Persistence of Time record. The first song on that record is called Time, and it's one of my favorites, but we don't play it. I would love to put that in this. And there's a bunch of songs, like even the John Bush period. There's songs on certain records that I miss playing a lot. We actually brought back the song Only for the last tour, and we'll play that again on this run because we enjoy playing it, and Joey kills it.
Right.
That's the one thing, man. It's like it's not a Joey song, but some of those songs on Fistful of Metal are not Joey songs either. But Joey made them their own. It was great when Joey would sing those songs, and it's great when he sings Only.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Now put in Safe Home.
Another one of my favorites. Yeah.
Right. I love that song. There's so many great John Bush era tracks.
Right.
Like I'm stoked that you're playing Only though. I can't wait to see it.
I'm stoked too. It's like one of my favorites. Like when we were doing the Slayer run, how many times did I ask King? I was like, man, at dawn they sleep, dude. You got to play that song. You got to play it. He's like, well, you play it with us. Remember? And I did it at the sound check. It was like, oh, I love that song. Hell Awaits is one of my favorites.
We played that a lot of tours though. That one. It's one of my favorites. I love all that album Slayer stuff. It's my favorite to play.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why, but that album resonates with me a lot.
It's my favorite
more than
one.
Like say Rain and Blood. Everybody loves Rain and Blood. I think that's a great album, but there's something about Hell Awaits, man.
Hell Awaits is my favorite, and it was Bailoff's favorite, and it's just so evil.
Yeah.
Rain and Blood's really punk and real frantic, and Hell Awaits is just like it's just fucking evil. It's the gates of hell. Hell is waiting for your ass. And all the songs on that album are like my favorites.
Nice.
And they're long.
Yeah, they're long. Several solos and songs. When I joined, I was like, I didn't realize I had so many leads. There'd be a certain song that's got like 2 or 3. Like wow, just okay. What do I do? I ran out of licks by the second solo.
Like their songs never followed any sort of like course. You know what I mean? It's like some songs will end with a lead.
Yeah, totally. And
and it's just
like that.
Good night.
Yeah,
but the structure is different. Like with Rain and Blood, I felt the songs were shorter and had more structure, but Hell Awaits is just long. All right, enough about Slayer. Sorry.
Hey, we're getting into Slayer here. No, this is cool talk. Listening to you guys just kind of talk shop of Slayer. So, what about if you guys were to select a tune from each other's respective bands that you wish your band had written? For example, like with Gary, what's a Anthrax tune that you wish Exodus had written and cut? And then likewise with Charlie.
That's so easy. Among the Living. So heavy.
Nice.
It's easy for me too. Piranha. Okay, that's one of my favorite cuts. Is fucking Piranha.
I knew Charlie was going to throw that one out there.
I love Piranha, and I actually love Deliver Us from Evil. That's another one of my favorite deep cuts off that record.
Another one too.
Nice.
I want to play that on this tour.
Yeah, Piranha's in the set as of this morning because I started working on it.
Which kind of leads into one of the last questions I got for you guys, and could be the last if I think we're running out of time. I don't want to cut into anybody else's time, but I would imagine there is probably a possibility that there could be some potential jams amongst all participants on this tour. I would imagine, huh?
You never know. See what happens. I don't drink anymore, so I don't have to worry about being 8-9 beers in by the time anything like that could possibly arise. Right.
Nice. So, well, hopefully that
the flip
transpires.
Side is I'm usually in bed by like 9 o'clock.
Well, then you won't make it the jam.
They're gonna come wake me up. I'm usually watching Hulu or something on my phone in my bunk.
Nice. Well,
I've put it on pause.
Well, you could do that. Well, okay. So you guys have both cut you know, some of your prior material and re-recorded it. I know, Gary, I'd spoken with you years ago when you did the Bonded, you know, recut that. And I think initially the plan was to get guest vocalists, but that didn't transpire that way. And I know, Charlie, you and Anthrax did the Greater of Two Evils, which, you know, I think they're both fun listens. Thinking back now, I mean, what do you think of those recordings, having had some time to kind of live with it and stuff?
Me, I wouldn't do it. Not because of any like backlash or anything. It's just, you know, what I wanted to do. I didn't want to record a note. I wanted other bands to cover the 9 songs on the album. And then like, well, maybe we'll get 9 other singers. And then just, you know, we did the thing completely self-financing at a time when the band had nothing and we had no money or anything. So there was zero budget to like pay anybody, you know, so it just, all right, we'll do it ourselves. We just wanted to pay homage to Bailoff, you know, who deserves it. You know, total metal legend who made 1 album. How many guys like that exist, you know?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. What about you, Charlie, as far as the Greater Two Evils and stuff, thinking back now on that?
I don't really think about it that much. That's the truth.
Yeah, same here, yeah.
Right.
I don't really think about that stuff. Usually those ideas come from a record company's point of view, not really the band, you know, because the band is like, I don't want to go backwards. I want to, you know, move forwards. Let's make new music, you know.
Sure.
Well, that's what we've been doing. We've been working on a record for fucking 3 years now. I swear.
Oh, wow.
It's embarrassing to even say that. Well, I feel like Def Leppard.
Yeah. There you go.
Just keep your other. I was gonna say, just keep your both arms. You know, I think keep both arms.
Yeah.
That's probably in poor taste. But Charlie, that leads to the last question. You know, after this tour, what's next? I know you got stuff with the folks, the guys in Pantera, some dates there and some stuff with Metallica and stuff like that. And then also with Gary, what comes after this tour for Exodus? Because you guys, you know, have been promoting this last record really hard and stuff. So I don't know who wants to take the question here.
Me, I've got 3 months off after this. I'm stoked. I'm gonna just be a grandfather and I'm gonna write. You know, I'm gonna take a week off and I'm just gonna immerse myself at a rehearsal room and play loudly by myself and
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, there's something about doing that. You know, I could sit and jam in my house, but get there and my actual guitar rig, you know, sounds so crushing, you know, just riffs start writing themselves that way. And I'm just going to be creative and stay home, you know?
Right.
I can't say that, but in between the Pantera stuff, we're going to be working on this record, this Anthrax record. We're hoping to have it finished before Pantera go to Europe. I have a little window after that before the Metallica thing starts, and then at least if I get my drum tracks done, then the other guys can continue to work on it.
Yeah.
You know? So cool. That's the plan.
Right, that's tentative, right?
That's tentative.
All right.
Unless something else happens, but hopefully nothing will happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. There you go. Hey guys, thank you for your time. I mean, safe travels on this tour. I know you guys are going to knock it out of the park, and it's going to be blast for the fans.
Yeah, they better get their tickets because tickets are going fast.
Right,
a lot of shows have sold out as of yesterday. There's been more, so let's go.
All right,
I want to see you there.
Yeah, fantastic, you guys. Thank you very much. We'll get this out to the PR, and we'll hope to talk again down the way, you guys.
Thank you. Love you, Gary. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Right. Yep. Bye.
All right, guys.
Later, guys.
Later.